Afternoon, folks. My name is Billy Highfield. This is for class FTE 2011 59236. It is 10/26/2025. I'll be working on my 1911 magazine. It's clear. So, this is it assembled. I will now be disassembling it and showing the feed ramp before the polishing. This is my 1911 fully disassembled. This is the feed ramp prior to polishing. You can see some slight banding. I'm going to be polishing. We get a light on it for you. Look at that. I'm going to get that puppy nice and smooth so it really catches the light. Alright, this is after polishing the feed ramp. Look how she catches the light. Oh, so much better. Look at that. Look at that. You see a reflection off it now. The reason you do that is you decrease the drag which the nose of the bullet experiences, therefore reducing the likelihood of the bullet snagging right on the feed ramp. So it aids in just the fluidity of the gun's movement. And something to be aware of is when you are polishing the feed ramp, you don't want to remove or waller out any material on the side. So you want to be sure that the compound you're using is a it's a polishing compound and it's not like a strong abrasive compound. So that's something to pay attention to. You want to make sure that you don't belly out this ramp, okay? Because that's gonna cause the bullet to want to jam up in there. You want to keep the slope angle and keep the concave shape as well. So dimensions are very important to adhere to when you are like any polishing or any material removal. You want to be very, very careful when you're working on the internal dimensions on a firearm. Some methods of cleaning that one could use when cleaning in 1911 are as follows, right? I like the rag method. Another method I like to use is you get some kind of, right, this is like a plastic stick, so it's not going to mar anything up. What I'll do, right, is I'll wrap it like that. Now I can push it down in the crevices. I'm not working my finger too hard. Q-tips, baby wipes, all are great methods. You just want to make sure that if you're using baby wipes, you get all the residual moisture out, and you don't want to use it in areas that you're not going to be getting all the residual moisture out, or else you can, yeah, you want rust. You don't want rust. Or hydraulic jackhammering, or so because you can't compress a fluid, right? So if you have fluid in places where it shouldn't be, like i.e., that's why you don't want to leave a bunch of or any CLP in your barrel, very, very minimal, because if you have liquid in your barrel and the bullet pushes through and the liquid gets trapped, if a bubble of liquid gets trapped in between, the weak spot isn't going to be the bubble, okay? It's going to be your barrel. And more likely it's going to get forced out. It's going to cause issues with your rifle, and it could even cause a blowout. So, liquids do not go inside guns unless they're certified. Glock has some guns which are able to be fired underwater, which I'm not sure what variation would take place in order for that to be able to happen. It's a very interesting thought, right? Jesus is king. The methods that I showed you for cleaning are similar to pretty much any firearm, right? You want to make sure that you maintain your springs, maintain all your small parts. I like to have little boxes or closed top containers nearby that I can put tiny parts, or even a magnet's a great one for springs, retaining pins, anything, excuse me, that you don't want to lose, which is every piece of a firearm. So make sure to retain all parts. As far as educating a customer to spot and avoid ammunition-induced malfunctions, I would just say, speaking from personal experience, don't worry about it. Carry ammo. Like if you're going to carry a firearm, you don't want to carry old ammo. You don't want to carry ammo that's been exposed to adverse conditions, right? Like left in the sun, left in a hot car all day, for like days, weeks, months, humidity. All these factors can cause primary degradation, powder, like all these things can happen. Now, have I seen them happen? I fired very old ammunition that was stored improperly, and it goes bang. It goes bang. So sometimes, yeah, sure, primers get corroded. Sometimes they can rust through. But more often than not, that's due to improper manufacturing, right? Like you gotta try to mess up a bullet. So, but you should also not trust your life to marred and improperly stored ammunition. So I would suggest that if it's carry ammo, buy the good stuff and shoot a mag to make sure it functions in your gun. But other than that, if you're shooting to shoot, don't worry about it. If your gun can't handle steel case, you bought the wrong gun. Okay, you bought a sissy gun. All my guns shoot steel case perfectly fine, and hey, it's a good day. Have a good day, friends. Hey, wait, I'm not done yet. There's more to come. Jesus is king. Part four talks about training customers in proper grip and stance principles. I would say if they're willing and want coaching, yeah, I'm not going to waste time trying to coach somebody who doesn't want coaching or thinks they know all that. Maybe they do know all that, right? But more often than not, when I come into a shooting event, or like, not really an event, I don't shoot competitively, but when I shoot with people, I'm rarely like the lesser shot. It's rare. And when I am, it's nice because it's competition. And then Buddy Bly, Alec was pretty accurate. That was more accurate. He couldn't shoot his Mauser very good. That was funny. Andy's pretty accurate, but I'm more because I always shoot the Tannerite when we shoot. Mike's good, but I mean, that was better with the Tannerite and the long range stuff. Mike's a good shot, though. Yeah, so long story short, practice shooting. And practice shooting so you can use a tool at the highest level to maximize its efficiency. All accessory operations should be understood prior to installation because you should know how everything works in your gun before using it. Training is key. Trust in Jesus.